Hi everybody, Dr. Gustin here, and we're in week 1 of human biology. And I'm just going to kind of walk you through it since we're new at this. Notice over here, so here we came in on our course homepage and syllabus page, and under there you'll see week 1. As the semester goes on, that will be populated, and you'll start seeing week 2, week 3, week 4, and we'll walk you through the semester there. While we're over here, notice that we also have announcements. Whenever I post an announcement, it goes to you, to your campus email, but it also will show up in that announcement section. And I'll use that when I just want to remind you of things or encourage you things or let you know what's going on. There'll be announcements here. I also mentioned in the previous video that we have discussions. You can get to them by this link and the week 1 discussions here, and you can use this link to post your discussions. The last thing I want to point out right here is you can always look at your grade and see how you're doing. And so you click on My Grades. All the exams and quizzes that we're going to take will be listed here, as well as a percent, how you're doing so far as percentage-wise and total points-wise. So you will be able to know how you're doing your total average all the time in this class. On the syllabus, it mentions how do I see my graded tests. Remember you can't see your graded tests until after the due date. But what you're going to end up doing is you're going to click on the name of the exam. I can't do it here because I haven't taken any, I don't have any graded exams yet. But if you've taken an exam or a quiz, you're going to click on the name. Another screen will open. And over on this side, there'll be a little place that says your score. You'll click on your score, and that will show you the test so you can see what you got right and wrong. If you don't remember that, go look on the syllabus. It tells you, there's a section that tells you how do I view my graded tests and quizzes. Meanwhile, we're going to go back to week 1. So I'm going to click on this week 1 link over here. And the video I'm making right now, I'm going to end up posting right there. And for each week, I'll have the objectives. I'll have what's due when. Remember, everything for the week will be due at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, 1 minute before midnight. Do not wait till Sunday to do all your work. You will not, even if you get it done, it's not going to be very effective. You're not going to remember very much about it. And you're going to wonder, why didn't I do very well on the test? Because I didn't understand things because I learned it. I tried to crunch it all in there. I didn't really learn it. Meanwhile, lecture for week 1, just like lecture for any week, will be guided by the study guide. Now, the study guide was posted on the very first page of this Blackboard course, and you have printed it out and put it in your notebook. So go to the week 1 section, and I'm going to click it right here. So here's your Human Biology Online Study Guide. And here it reminds you of the textbook that we're going to use. Please, I put kind of a historical human biology here and our more current human biology, which is a lot of it's worrying about COVID, isn't it? I love this. What's that mark on your arm, Mama? My smallpox vaccine. In fact, I'm old enough, I have one too. And the kid says, why don't I have one? And the mom says, because it worked. And that's my subliminal message, using a little humor to encourage you to get your COVID vaccine if you haven't already. Okay, there's a table of contents. And notice we will be talking about COVID, but not till the very end. We have a last lecture, and I do talk about COVID and vaccines and hopefully give you some information that can be helpful. But here's the week 1. And you can see, I just give you a little bit of background how to use your study guide. Please be aware that I wrote that all those Blackboard pages. Every single word on your Blackboard page was something I wrote. Every single word in this study guide is something I wrote. And that means I want you to read it. I'm actually a pretty concise writer, so I'm pretty good at writing just what I want you to know. So please read what I give you. As I'm thinking about that, these are all posted, all these videos for the whole semester that I make are posted as YouTube videos. And some of you might think I talk too fast. Some of you might think I talk too slow. And if you're not familiar with it, if you're on a YouTube video, there's a little cog, like a little wheel, that's the settings wheel, kind of at the bottom where I'm pointing of the video. And there's a little wheel, you can click on that and you can speed up my video or slow it down. So do what works for you, okay? So back to how to use the study guide. You'll notice that the study guide has all these sections that have numbers ahead of them. And what you will see, in fact, I'll go to the actual study guide. Here we go. There it is, characteristics of life. And what it does is it tells you what to do. Section 1.1 is in your textbook. And it says the characteristics of life. And it's going to ask you to do something. Review the characteristics of life and summarize the meaning of metabolism, the concept of a cell, and the meaning of homeostasis. Now, you might be able to write that here and fit it in there. You might need another piece of paper to write some extra notes. I made all these handouts as PDF documents instead of Word documents, so the formatting stays the same. I find that a lot of people, when they go to print out the Word document, it moves everything around. So I posted a PDF document. If you are the kind of person that you want to be able to move it all around yourself and you can deal with all the changing and formatting, let me know. I can send you the Word document. But I think for most people, just to reduce confusion, I just posted this PDF document. But back to this, what you can do is look in section 1.1, the characteristics of life, and write the information that's needed right there. The information in blocks are vocabulary words. Write what the vocabulary word means. You don't have to copy exactly from the book. Write something that makes it so you can understand it. Then a lot of times I'll ask you questions about it. Sometimes it just checks, did you get the right answer to one of these? And so here's a multiple choice question, and you can circle the answer there. You will notice at the end of the study guide, at the end of the weekly study guide, the answers to those questions are right there. There's question 1. Answer was C. Okay. So I'm going to go back to the beginning of that week 1 study guide. There's also, if it says questions like this, the answers are in the back. If there's a little check like that, it means it's a question from your textbook, and the answer's in your textbook. And there's a few of those. So here's another one, 1.2, how humans fit into the natural world. And it gives you this information, and you can find that right in that section of your book. So this is why I'm telling you, you absolutely need the textbook, and you need the book I told you to get, because you'll be able to find this information really easily. And there's another question. There's some vocabulary words. Fill that information in. And you can work your way down. Every once in a while, I think we need a little bit more, you need a little bit more help, and I make a video. And usually you can see this is a 4-minute video. A lot of those videos I make, and some of them I get off the internet. So these are videos to help you understand material. Okay. You'll continue through here. You'll answer these questions. If you get to any of these, all the questions have the answers in this document. But if there's something you don't understand about them, get in touch with me. I'll help you. I'll be glad to talk to you about it. Okay. Lots of questions. A lot of times these questions, you'll see that they're kind of designed to make sure you got the right answer on a lot of things. Okay. So you use those. There are some questions at the end of the chapter, and I show you the ones that you should be able to answer. And like I said, these are the answers to the questions in this week 1. And so the next part of it is week 2. Okay, so you don't have to do that this week. So your lecture material is working your way through this document. Okay. Now, if I go back, so that's right here. It just says go to the study guide packet and complete week 1. Review the concepts before taking lecture quiz 1. Try to understand that stuff as well as you can, and then click on this link and you'll take lecture quiz 1. It is not proctored. You can use your notes, but I highly recommend you to um, trying to do it without notes. You get to take the quiz twice, and the higher of the two grades count. Now, for this first week, I give you a bonus quiz, and it's just kind of a practice that you get 3 bonus points. So there's 10 questions, 10 minutes to take the quiz, and it's only worth 3 bonus points. Okay, it's not worth any real points. I mean, those are real points, but if you don't take it, it doesn't hurt your grade. You don't lose points. Okay, the higher of the 2 quizzes counts. You get 10 minutes for each. They both will be due by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. Okay, if something happens and you ever end up taking a quiz late, like I say, oh yeah, you had a problem and you get to take it late for whatever reason, that doesn't happen a lot, but if it does happen, you only get 1 chance. Okay, you don't get to take it twice. And then what the next thing you want to do is you're going to click on the lab handout, and the lab handout's going to work you through it. I would print it out and do the activities and watch the videos, and then fill that handout completely, because then you'll take the quiz, and most of the questions from that on that quiz are right off the lab handout. Now, this quiz is really worth 20 points. I don't think I put that right here, but it's worth 20 points. It's worth the full amount of points for this lab quiz. You only ever get 1 try on the lab quiz. And that's because most of the questions come right off the lab handout. And I think a lot of people would probably just look at the lab handout, look at the quiz, see what parts of the lab handout you have to do, and only do those parts. So you only get 1 try on the lab quiz. And then finally, this week's discussion, you can get to the discussion by clicking on this link or clicking on this link. You're going to start your own thread, and it tells you what to do down here. And that also is worth some bonus points. Okay? So that's what you're going to do this week. And if you're having any problems, let me know. I'm glad to help you out. I can walk you through it. Okay? So I think you'll get the routine, and this is how we're going to do it each week. Lecture, lab quiz. Sometimes we have a discussion, sometimes we don't. Okay? Good luck this week, and please let me know if you're having any issues. Take care.